Day 17. Okay, what can I share today? The sleep has improved. Definitely having 40 days of focus has been beneficial to me. This video journaling has been very helpful because when you keep repeating a mistake, you keep verbalizing it. It's like it highlights the folly of what you're doing. Not that shaming yourself is an effective way, I don't think, of improving your behavior, but increasing your awareness is key. And so having 40 days of focus is good. Having these video journaling check-ins is good. I woke up earlier again today, slept very well last night. I've been incorporating more cardio back into my routine. I do boxing, which I put a couple of clips. I love the floor to ceiling bag because it makes you think. You don't whack it, you're not hitting with fast hands, you're just kind of finding the rhythm. And switching stance works different parts of the brain. If you're familiar with Jim Quick, when I read a book, I write with my non-dominant hand. It's really hard at first, but no, I think it's sharpened me up mentally. I can feel it. But what else can I really share? I think when you improve your sleep, it improves your mental health. Yesterday, I had a bit of an interesting day with my state, and I think that was due to being tired. When I'm well rested, I feel more peaceful and at ease in general. What can I say? Use these if you're listening to binaural beats, wired headphones as opposed to wireless. I mean, sometimes when I'm charging my phone, I can't plug these in because Apple kindly removed the jack plug. The wireless headphones, they allegedly cook your brain. They release a lot of EMF, so that's bad. And always hold your phone away from your head. I'm just thinking of random tips I can give. Today I've had my cold shower, I've prayed, I've read, I've done mindfulness. I'm about to go out. I've got to go to Windsor later today to meet a friend, talking about some kind of big life decisions I've got to make. You can tell I'm quite pensive in this video. None of these videos, I've just finished reading a book on how to present. None of these videos I'm incorporating tactics of being more presenting and changing my tone of voice and using pauses to make sure. I'm not doing any of that. This is just a raw video series, probably really more for me than anyone else. But if someone does watch this and get help from it, then great, you can share in my journey. I'll have to probably at some point start being a bit more honest about the challenges I face in my life, rather than coming across as somebody who's just following a routine and everything is swimmingly. We definitely, of course, all have our challenges. I don't believe in wallowing in self-pity, but I do believe in acknowledging and honoring our challenges and saying, hey, this aspect of my life is hard, it's from this in my past or whatever, and acknowledging it, not staying there, but reframing it, retelling a story about that if you can, and moving forward. But yeah, I'll probably need to start making this channel more relevant. My focus is at the minute in life is on building a business and moving all of my fat loss coaching online, serving people that way. And I think the best asset that we have is ourselves. And so if there is something in your life that needs to be worked through, then I think that should be the sole focus of your reading. I believe that reading is transformative. I have found it historically very, very hard to read, like nobody else I know. years ago, I used to sit there and read through a paragraph, and completely, I would have no idea what I'd just read. It was as if my mind was completely blank. I could read it again and again and again, and I could repeat that 6, 7 times until I got what it was. I did a speed reading course by Jim Quick. And one of the things he said in that course is, one of the best tactics to learn to read better is your motivation for reading. You have got to be motivated. And reading I had always associated with pain, with school. I did not enjoy school very much. I did reasonably well. I was very, very fortunate that my mother actually purchased for me some private tuition, and I thrived under that private tuition. I went to Oxford for a couple of weeks, not to sound like a whatever you might think about someone who went to Oxford University, but I was not at Oxford University. I went to like an Easter revision course there for a couple of weeks, and I just had a completely different experience of education, and my grades jumped like 2 grades up in 2 weeks. It made me feel very, very sad for people who are stuck in a school that they hate, as I had experienced, and how negatively that can affect them. And then they hold that belief about education and reading to go back to that through the rest of their life. I managed to break free from that anyway. And now I read at least 10 pages a day, but more 15 or 20 the last few days. And yeah, so to return to that, if you're going to be reading, I think that if there's something within you that you've identified that needs to be resolved or needs to be upgraded, let's say, then that should be the focus of your reading. And you'll hear me mention him a lot because I resonate with the guy, and it's very inspiring what he's done to go from an abusive home to now living, I think he would say he's happy or enjoying his life. I think he would say. Iman Gadzhi is a young guy originally from Dagestan. His mum brought him to London, I guess with the dream of having a good education. I think a wealthier guy bought them over, and then turned out to be, you know, certainly from their side of the story, and it definitely sounds like it, not a nice piece of work. And not just that, but pretty sinister and very smart from what Iman says. But the point is one of the things I picked up from his videos, you can go back to his oldest videos and watch the timeline, is that he twigged very early on that if he was to achieve what he wanted to achieve in his life, and his motivation, I think, really was his mum. He realized he needed to provide for her, so he had a massive why there. He speaks about needing to do things out of inspiration or desperation, and I think desperation is normally the more effective way, unfortunately. But Iman, he spoke about just working on himself. So I believe I'm right in saying that he read books by Freud or Carl Jung, books on mindset. He got a mentor, and so I've come to the same conclusion that we are our best asset, as Warren Buffett says, and that it's super important to do that. So I'm reading another book now to upgrade myself, I guess. I've stopped reading books on marketing, business for now, because unless you are kind of ready to go at the world with your service, I think that there is some people say just go at it and figure it out as you go. You'll change through your actions, and that's true. Your identity can. But sometimes if there is something really limiting you within inside, it's better to resolve that. So that's where I'm at today. Very mellow video. I'm keeping this under 10. Ciao, ciao.